Everybody wants alternative.
Hello, and welcome back to Alternative Milk, the podcast. I don't sound like it's a stage production. Alternative Milk, the podcast. But this is Alternative Milk. And, I want you to like the podcast, go down to all those places in the description, follow your boy, make me feel special, make me feel loved, follow me, leave me a message, all that cool and awesome stuff. But I'm here today because I enjoy My Hero Academia. I enjoy seeing these kiddos make it big and be great at being a superhero, and just the story and overall plot. I like going in there every week and reading the manga. It makes me remember way back in the day when it was like only 20 chapters to the manga. I was trying to convince my best friend, Long D, to, hey man, you gotta read this. It's so good. They in high school, but they got the superpowers, all this fun stuff. And he was like, man, I ain't reading that whack ass shit. And he liked mangas and animes too, but he didn't want to believe me. Then like 100 chapters in, and the anime come out, he's like, you know what? I might want to jump on this and see what they talking about now. I'm like, man, you should have been on the train. All the train. But it's enjoyable, and I just enjoy it so much that I want to rewatch the series and talk about it here with my Alternative Milking Network. So for everybody that enjoys the series, or you're just getting in the series and you want to hear somebody's perspective on it, and not even really perspective, I just like talking about it. Shit, this is supposed to be a really quick episodes of me going back through the whole series. And we're going to be starting with episode 1. So I'm going to keep it spoiler light, if that's a real thing. And if it isn't, it is now. Spoiler light, talking about the series. So there'll be a couple things where I'll be references to later in the series and all that fun stuff. But we are in with episode 1, Izuku Midoriya Origin. And I always thought that was a cool title. It happens with some of the characters throughout the series. There will be in this case, an episode in the mangas. There are chapters where it says their origin, and it'll have like things in regards to their character at that time, and then from a past event and how that helped shape them into the character we're seeing at that moment. Of course, these characters will keep evolving based on the scenarios and the events that happen around them, but it's just like a snapshot, like, hey, this is how I got to this moment right now. And the moment we are in is our title character, Izuku Midoriya. Hey, and as I just add this in, just a quick overview of the episode, Izuku Midoriya desperately wants to be a hero, but he is one of the few in his generation born without a quirk. We'll be meeting the number 1 hero. All might change his fate. Woo! And he is our protagonist, and he basically says this is the origin story about how he becomes the number 1 hero. And that's great. They tell you right off the bat, this guy's gonna be good. This guy's gonna be good. And as you can see, this series is just completed it a little while ago. It's 5th season of the anime, so you know it's popular, because a lot of times, studios will make a season to a popular manga, and that manga will just, like, sales will take off, and if sales are super good, they'll keep adding seasons, and this just turned to be a hit. So there's multiple seasons with more episodes and movies, all the merch you can want. Got me a couple My Hero Academia t-shirts that I was wearing one now. I took a picture, but I'm just sitting shirtless in my closet like a real man. And yeah, so it opens up. It has Izuku Midoriya telling everybody, hey, I'm the best that no one ever was. And like, you already know he's gonna be number 1 hero, but it turns out in this world, it has a good little scene how everybody has, for the most part, everybody has what they call quirks. quirks. You got meta human abilities. People breathing fire, people shooting electricity, people got horn growing out their head, and it's all cool. But then you got 20% of the population that they don't even got no quirks. And our main protagonist, Izuku Midoriya, he don't got no quirk. And they got another scene when he's in the school talking about his quirk. He wasn't really talking about it, but in this world, since people do have meta-human abilities, which they call quirks, you can attend schools and to learn to be a hero. Hero is now a profession, because before it was just something you read in the comic books, but now, hey, people are now able to utilize this to its full ability. And I like that. I like the fact that you can go learn to be a hero, and it seems real basic. Like, hey, it happens in a lot of most anime and manga. Hey, a teenager going to a school and learning how to do better at the nuances of the job they're trying to fulfill to be the best at. You can really break that down to most shonen, like, to an extent, but you have to get accepted, and this is all taking place in Japan, so they have to get accepted into a school, and they have a school with the best hero program, and his former childhood friend, Katsuki Bakugo. Man, I said that so cool. He wants to go to the best school, and he's like, everybody else, y'all are side characters, he's the main character, and then the teacher's like, oh, no, Midoriya back there, he want to go there too. Sorry, I had to take a sip of that whiskey. I've been taking a lot of sips of whiskey. Midoriya's a little embarrassed because everybody know he don't got no quirk. And Katsuki, like, beginning of the episode, it shows that they used to be friends. But that's probably not as cool now. And I don't know why. Later on, it explains why he got so mad because he wanted to be the only person from this podunk middle school to get accepted into the best high school because he wants to be the best. And I see how his character starts off as, because he's real brash, he's aggressive, and it starts off like, man, this guy is just a jerk, and he is a jerk. He's definitely being a jerk, but he wants, in being a jerk, it's only because he wants to be the best. And the teacher even says, like, Katsuki, you have some of the top scores at this school. Your quirk is real flashy and cool. Like, I mean, you might do something with yourself. But he's just being a dick to Midoriya the whole time. So he needs to stop. And the scene where they show people using their quirk. They show heroes utilizing their quirks in different ways, and that really open up the world, because sometimes when you think of generic heroes, you just think of, hey, they're just going to be brawling, punching, all that cool punching and stuff. But you see a lot of unique people. They got our boy Backdraft. I don't know what his powers is. He was shooting water. He was dressed like a firefighter, and he had water coming out where his hands were with his oversized firefighter uniform. And he was holding the crowd back. You had Big Arm motherfucker. He was using his big ass arms to hold up a scaffolding that was about to fall on people. You got Kamui Woods. I like his power. I ain't sure what it is, because it's like he has wood coming out of his arms, or is he manifesting wood, or are his arms and parts of his body made of wood? I'm all the way caught up with the manga. Maybe I be reading fast sometimes, and I'm still not 100% sure how that works. No shit, this is for the adults. This is for the adults, strictly for the adults. Like, if he does something sketch cool, does he have wood hands? That seemed like a lot of splinters in himself and or his partner, and that just does not seem good. Somebody needs to bring that up. It's a concern for me. Well, not concerned for me. I'm concerned for him and for the people around him, because nobody wants no splinters like that. That is not cool. But he has this cool ability, and because they got our main character watching the fight, so you're seeing it through his eyes. Like, wow, these guys are so awesome. And he calls out Kamui Wood's name before, well, his move he's about to use, his special ability, before he even does. And just to show how dedicated he is to learning about heroes, it's called Lacquered Chain Prison. And it's like the wood's growing from his arms, and he's about to wrap this big giant person man. Like he got a weasel face. He is a villain, but it's crazy. All he did was he was trying to steal a purse. Some heroes called wind of that. They cornered him, and he used his giantification quirk, and he grew super big. And now he's wrecking the city, and everybody's so nonchalant about it. All the townsfolk, they're like, "Oh, what is this guy even doing? Like he's a fucking amateur. He's not even a good villain. Like they'll handle it. Watch the heroes come handle it." And I mean, the heroes do. Mount Lady comes and steals the shine from Kamui Woods. You know, she has a giantification quirk too, but she's probably able to use hers a little better. And she comes and kicks that motherfucker, big weasel giant ass face, knocks him to the ground, and all the perverts come up and start taking pictures of him. But it's cool showing that, all right, these heroes are serving a purpose. They are stopping people from committing crimes, but it's like it doesn't. Looking at it from the lens now and where they are in the manga in terms of hero society, was it excessive for these four super power? Like, they were all serving their purpose in like maintaining control of the crowd and stopping injuries from falling debris. But it just seems like something seems off in that in hero society as it is now, because everybody's so nonchalant, like, well, they'll just come and save us again. Like, you're not taking any active role in your own life if you just expect these guys to come save us. And it's good that, I mean, I want you to get a little fortune, be able to take care of yourself because you're a hero. That's how you support your family. But society definitely, this shows like, oh, somebody's gonna come deal with it. Everybody expects somebody else to deal with the issue, and never to be an active participant in the things around them. But hey, that's not for my guy Midoriya. He wants to be an active participant in the things around him. He wants to be a hero. And they got a little flashback scene where it has he's a little kid, and it shows like how he was quirkless. His mom had took him to the doctor, and doctor was like, boy. And if you ain't seen it before, you gotta remember that doctor's face. Cause I remember when he comes back up, I was like, ain't you that one motherfucker? And shit, he was that one motherfucker. But the point is, what's that point? He quirkless. My man's double quirkless. And I don't want him to be quirkless, but the doctors took an x-ray and said, hey, a long time ago, scientists were able to see, man, you got the people that they're gonna most likely gonna have quirks, because he like in kindergarten, and people used to develop their quirks by then. They got like one joint in their foot because they evolved not to have two because they more streamlined. He's like, see that shit right here? To his mom and him, you got two joints. You is not streamlined. You is a quirkless motherfucker. No quirk for you. And then show him later as a little kid. He's like, Mom, well, as he watching All Might, because All Might, that motherfucker. That's like the top hero, and that's what Izuku, that's like who he idols and worships. And he's watching a video of this man just continually saving people. And he's like, Mom, I can still be a hero. And he crying. His mom break down crying and say, oh, I'm so sorry. But like, that's not what he need to hear. And that's what no kid needs to hear. At that moment, he's 5 years old. Just telling him, baby, you can still do it. You can do it. Because, I mean, he can. He can find a new way. And it would have been cool for him to find a different way to be a hero. But as we know, this is a rewatch, which would be in the title. Trying to keep it spoiler light to an extent, but he just gonna get, and this is a mega spoiler if you just watching this before you even see the shit, and have watched it before. He just gets some one of the little hairs from All Might, and All Might gives him all his incredible abilities, which manifest crazy new abilities within the future. But it is what it is. He is quirkless, and he's just contemplating, because he had issues with Bakugo that day, and he's like, man, I ain't gonna beat shit. I ain't never gonna be shit, but I still believe. Cause he take a bunch of notes, man. He's always trying to learn about heroes' abilities and how best to make them better and how to counteract them. He has multiple notebooks. He's taking notes, and Bakugo want to mess up one of his notebooks. And I like the essence that when he threw the notebook out the window, it landed in the water. And when he went down, when our boy Izuku goes down there to get it, it's like in the water with the fishes being nibbled on. It's like, oh, it's fish food. It doesn't matter. It's useless. But you know what? It matters to him. It matters to our main protagonist as he walks away thinking about how can he be the best. Because, you know, he want to be the next All Might. He wants to be number one. He wants to go to the top school. You ain't gonna stop him. You ain't gonna hold him down. Shit. But until a sludge monster comes, and it definitely holds him down in a weird way. It's like trying to take his skin. He's like, yo, I'm gonna get up in your body, boy, so I can run and hide. Cause early in the episode, it finally showed All Might. He like transformed from skinny All Might, the biggest fuck All Might, and was chasing this motherfucker. But this motherfucker sludge monster trying to get in a little boy. And so we definitely, that's definitely sus. That's sussy shit. He's trying to get this little boy body. And then All Might come and stop him from taking this boy body. Like he said, he's gonna take over, turn him into a skin suit. So shout out to All Might, you know, stopping that shit. He throw them hands on his ass. And All Might like, boy, hey man, you keep that shit up. You might do something with your life. And he jump away, but Izuku grabbed this motherfucker leg, and All Might like, bro, get the fuck off me. And I may have to remind him, if I get off you, you just jumped hundreds of feet in the air. I will die. He's like, oh yeah, I don't want you to die either, bro. It's like he just forgot, like, oh, you can't do that flying shit. Nah, all right, I got you, man. I got you, fam. Keep you up here with me. Shout out to not killing a child. That's always a plus. And you know, All Might lands on the rooftop and tells him, hey man, you gotta knock on the door, you do something. But then Izuku, he asked the man, you know, can someone who has a quirk be a hero like him? And that's a real shit to end the episode on right there. Can I be a hero like you, All Might? Because that was his whole goal. He just wants to be a hero. He just wants to be a hero. He only wants to be a hero. And he is being denied that because he was born with no ability. He was born quirkless. But I guess that's the question you have to ask yourself. Do I need superpowers to be a hero, or can I simply be a hero by doing the right thing? And I think that's a good way to end the episode, and a good way to end this whole potty episode. So, you know, go down to the bottom again and, you know, like, subscribe, do all that fun, do all that cool, awesome things that people normally do for podcasts. If it lets you leave a comment, wherever you're listening to, wherever you are enjoying this voice, leave a comment, rate me high. And hopefully I can catch you guys for episode 2, which I should be recording. Hopefully, I'm running late for work. So I'll be recording it sometime in the near future. Okay, I got to do my best to try to record a whole bunch because I just want to fly through the series. I'm going to go episode at a time. I'm not in a rush. If you guys are in a rush, let me know. And maybe we can rush together or take our time together. So have a good evening, good morning, good night, all that fun stuff.